喂，小宝贝，
B，阿伯跟你讲话哦。为侬做班考试喏，
点解寫成咯呢？
應該是考試咁棒嘅。
Hi, my name is Evan and welcome to Fearless Passport. I hope you enjoy the funny cartoon dubbed with the Foochownese dialect at the beginning. And before I jump straight into the history of the video, once again I'd like to give a special shout out to a Discord community, Tionghoa Chinese Indonesians in Tangren, launched by a dear friend of mine. And we are so happy that after my first shout out in my previous Hainanese video, many of you had joined the Discord community. We wish to bring you more values and clarity about your ancestral roots. So let's say if you haven't joined the Discord community yet, I'll put the link down below and make sure you check that out. Fuzhou Ren, also known as Hokchew Hokchia, are the people who speak Eastern Min or the Mindong dialect, originated from the Fuzhou and the Mindong regions of Fujian province. They also came from Matsu Island. Traditionally, Foochownese could trace their ancestral roots way back to the fertile Henan province during the Three Kingdoms, which is the Weiguo, Suguo, and Wuguo era. The place Henan literally means the south of the river or the mighty Yellow River, a place which is blessed with the fertile land, at the same time cursed with the envy neighbors and constant war. The mass migrations of Foochownese occurred during the reign of Emperor Yongjia, and they settled peacefully in the 10 counties situated within Fuzhou, and they are Minhou, Changle, Lianjiang, Minqing, Yongcai, Pingnan, Gutian, Luoyuan, Fuqing, and Pingtan. That's why generally they refer themselves as Fuzhou Shiyi Ren. In the Romanized context, the people who came from Fuzhou are Foochownese, or commonly known as Hokchew. So what are the differences between the Hokchew and Hokchia? In the Fujian province of China, there is different prefecture level, which is 地级市. Fuzhou is on the northeastern side of Fujian. Therefore, the residents here are known as Hokchew, the Fuzhou people. This Hokchew dialect has a very interesting story, as it contains the elements of the older Minyue language. In fact, some consider Hokchew was an assimilation of the ancient Wu and ancient Chu language, which probably spoken by Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei from the romance of the Three Kingdoms with the local Min language. Whereas the Hokchia people came from Fuqing, which is a county-level city under the prefecture of Fuzhou on the coastal regions of South China Sea. Hokchia is the dialect spoken in and around Fuqing County. Despite its close geographical locations to Fuzhou, this vernacular language spoken in Fuqing is part of the Min Bei, or the Northern Min complex. Just as the Hainanese, the Hokchia and Hokchew are also the latecomers because their emigrations only starts in the early 20th century. In Malaysia, there is two main destinations for early Foochow migrants. Back then it was Sibu and Setiawan. The Chinese community in Sarawak, inclusive Sibu, Bintulu, and Miri, are predominantly descended from the Foochow, especially in areas around the Rajang River and Sibu, because their ancestors first landed in land from Dimanjung, Sarikei, and all the way up to Bintulu. In East Malaysia, the city of Sibu is even honored as the new Fuzhou due to the populous Foochownese immigrations since the early 1900s. While in the West Malaysia, Foochownese maintain a prominent presence in Setiawan Perak, Yongpeng in Johor, and also Sepang in Selangor. The famous Little Fuzhou is referring to Setiawan in West Malaysia. Although most of the Hokchia and Hokchew ancestors, they worked as a fisherman in their homeland, but when they came to Nanyang, they were all urged to grow rice, and later they were utilized in establishing rubber plantations in their respective settlements. The Fuzhou people were also referred to as the soldiers of axes or soldiers of changkus due to their diligence in working the lands of their settlement. In Indonesia, Hokchia and Hokchew is quite small but spread out compared to the more populous groups like the Hokkiens and Hakka. If people came from Fuzhou, mostly they are the Fujian descendants. That's why generally in Indonesia they will claim themselves as the Hokchia, not the Hokchew people. Although the Hokchews and Hokchias migrated to Nanyang in a much later and much smaller numbers compared to the Hokkiens, Cantonese and Hakkas, they are small numbers, but they are ferocious people. When China was yet to open up economically, most of their investments came from the overseas Chinese, and all these rich people, amongst others, Robert Kwok is a Hokchew, rose to become the sugar king of Malaysia, and he is now currently ranked the richest man in Southeast Asia. Whereas Lim Siu Leong, Lin Sao Liang, his Indonesian name is Sudono Salim. He is the founder and chairman of Indonesia's biggest conglomerate Salim Group. He is also a proud Hokchia, and I guess there is no Malaysians and Indonesians that are not a customer of Salim Group, because our favorite Indomie is manufactured under Indofood Success Makmur, which is the world's biggest instant noodle producer. And the vast empire of Salim Group is not only in the instant noodle and confectionery industry, but he even spread his business to car manufacturing, largest convenience store Indomaret, flour milling operations Bogasari, real estates, and also telecommunications. Most of the Indonesian tycoons has ancestral roots traced back to Hokchia County. There are some status of Hokchia Indonesians in Fujian, like Teddy Juha, the co-founder of Salim Group, and now he is the director of First Pacific and the Salim conglomerates in Fuzhou. Surya Wono Wijojo Cai Yunhui, born in Fuqing in Fujian province, and he is a founder of Gudang Garam, the largest cigarette producer in Indonesia. Alim Marcus Lin Wenguang, the home electrical appliances business as well as stainless steel kitchen utensils from East Java. Kiki Barki Ji Huiqi, a successful coal entrepreneur through his firm PT Harum Energy, mainly extracting coals in Kalimantan, and in Malaysia, Tiong Hue King, which is timber tycoon of Malaysia's largest timber company, Rimbunan Hijau Group, with his timber operations not only within the vast land of Sarawak, but spread overseas to Papua New Guinea. In Malaysia, we usually have a very bad joke about Sarawakians. Do they live on the trees or they take crocodile to school? But mind you, any ordinary Foochownese in Sarawak or in Indonesia could be a successful entrepreneur, and their house, if you have been to Sarawak, their house is like a mansion. It's so big, not because of the large land in Sarawak, but also they are very, very rich people, ferocious and very hardworking and successful entrepreneurs. And look at us in West Malaysia, we could only live in small condominiums. So how to identify a Foochow in Malaysia? As there is no formal systems of romanizations is imposed on the Chinese names at the time of birth registrations, so names are often romanized according to the judgments of the registrations clerk or according to the preference of the proposer. So here are some common Foochownese surnames. For example, Tiong is Zhang, usually is Chong, Teo or Teo. Liang, Leong. In other West Malaysia would be Leong, but Foochownese would be Liong. Chen, usually in Hokkien is Tan, Cantonese is Chan, Mandarin is Chen, but in Foochownese is Ting or Ding. Lin in Mandarin is Lim. If Cantonese would be lumped Lan or Lum, but Foochownese would be Ling, Ling. And other special surnames like He, Hii, Chiang, Chieng, Chu, Hugh, Q, and Ko. Very special surnames. Thank you for watching. I hope this short video gave you a brief introduction of Hokchia and Hokchew. These people, although they are very small numbers, but most of them, they are very rich people, very hardworking, very stubborn as well probably, and direct straight to the point. And this is how they prove their determinations by their wealth. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. My next video is about Henghua people, Xinhua, which is people originally from Putian. A little bit confusion because Putian is also very close to Hokchia and Hokchew, close to the Quanzhou and Zhangzhou as well. But these people, although they are in the middle of other influences, but they arise distinctively from Putian, a county area, and now they are in all over Southeast Asia as well as Shanghainese. If you like this video and like my series of Chinese Culture 101, make sure you give me a like, a thumbs up, and share this video to 3 of your relatives and friends about Hokchia and Hokchew descendants. If not, just share around so that more people will understand about this ethnic, these Chinese subgroups, because it's quite rare. Not many people know about them except for their food probably. Let me know what questions do you want to ask me if you are curious about myself, and I will consider to do a Q&A video in my future sessions, because it has been a very rough 1-year journey on YouTube, and I would like to give just a short summary of my journey. And yes, see you in 2 weeks. Bye.